fighting typing is known for being pretty one-dimensional, and that one dimension is hitting like an absolute train. Today, I will be attempting a hardcore Nuzlocke of Pokemon Alpha Sapphire using only fighting types. To add a little bit of pizzazz, we'll only be using shiny fighting types in this run. But you should all know that I'm playing on a mod version of the game that increases the odds to mirror the odds of Pokemon Legends Arceus outbreaks, for the sake of my time. ORAS has some pretty cool dual typing fighting type Pokemon, and we even get 3 mega options in Blaziken, Heracross, and Medicham. Yes, I will be using megas, even though it makes the game easier. I only get a total of 6 encounters this run, and megas are dope. Why not use them when I'm able to? I could also technically get a Gallade, but getting a shiny male Ralts is a pain, and I end up not going for it in this run. Hopefully these mega Pokemon will make up for the one-dimensional aspect of our squad. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please consider liking the video and subscribing. I'm on my way to 1,000 subs, and I'd really appreciate it if you helped us out along that goal. Alrighty, let's jump into it. After suffering a mild concussion from a ride in the back of the moving truck, we start off the run by soft resetting for a shiny chicken. Blaziken is by far my least favorite Gen 3 starter. Its design just looks like a person pretending to be a Pokemon, and it does not sit right with me. Thankfully, Blaziken is pretty damn good and makes up for its horrid design. After more early game shenanigans, we can head to Petalburg Woods and grab a Pokemon I actually like the design of in Shroomish and an eventual Breloom. From here, after a bit of grinding, we could take on Roxanne and her collection of stones. Shroomish makes this gym absolutely trivial. We just Mega Drain through her Pebble Squad and take home our first badge and Rock Tomb, which is very important for all the flying types we're going to go up against this run. Next up, we're off to Dewford Town. We can grab our third encounter in Makuhita. Makuhita has the Thick Fat ability, which is going to prove to be incredibly useful for Flannery later on. Before that though, it's time to take on Brawly. Brawly isn't a walk in the park like Roxanne, and requires a bit more thinking, which unfortunately isn't my specialty. We lead off with our newly evolved Combuskin versus his Machop, and start off with a double kick. Thankfully, Machop just goes for Leer, and we can KO it with another double kick on the subsequent turn. Makuhita is next, so I pivot out into my Shroomish on a knockoff, losing my Oranberry. Next turn, I miss a Leech Seed as Makuhita goes for a bulk up. Uh-oh. I thankfully hit my next one as it continues to bulk up in my face. Thankfully for us, Shroomish is pretty bulky and can 1v1 Makuhita from here with Mega Drains plus Leech Seed recovery. 2 badges down, and we get the bulk up TM, another great one for our fighting types. Unfortunately, there are no more encounters between Brawly and Watson, so we can jump right into our third gym battle. We lead off with Combuskin into Magnemite. Turn 1, I elect to bulk up and shrug off a paralysis from Thunder Wave with a held Cherry Berry. The next turn, I click double kick and KO the Magnemite through Sturdy. Next up is Voltorb, which goes down to a few flame charges after some potion spamming from Watson. Lastly, Magneton goes down the same way Magnemite did, giving us a relatively easy third badge. On our way to Lava Ridge Town, we finally get a 4th team member in Machop. I've never used Machamp in games, so I'm pretty excited for this one. On our way to Flannery, we do some story shenanigans and evolve both Machop and Shroomish. I don't plan on using them for Flannery though. This is Hariyama's, our last new evolution's time to shine. Flannery leads off with a Slugma who can't really touch us with our Thick Fat ability. I set up to +6 on it with bulk up, even staying out of range of a last turn overheat crit. From here, we Oko her entire team with Force Palm and Rock Tomb. We also had a Rossberry just in case we got burned. From one gym to the next in this crazy fast mid game. Time to go beat up on our dad Norman. For this fight, we lead off with Breloom and get off a big Leech Seed as Slacken goes for a Yawn. From here, I pivot into Hariyama to avoid being put to sleep. The next turn I go for Fake Out, then get a free bulk up as Slacking loafs around. The next turn, it outspeeds me and encores me, but I'm honestly okay with this as we continue to boost up and get health back with Leech Seed. Eventually we get up to +6 and sweep through Norman's entire team. Hariyama has gone beast mode in these last 2 gyms. Our ride of easy gyms is over for now though, as we have one of our most difficult challenges in the run in Winona next. In preparation for this next gym, I did a totally real trade with a totally real person to evolve Machoke into Machamp. His no guard ability and natural bulk are going to come up clutch here. Turn 1, I lead Machamp into her terrifying Swallow. This thing has double team and the ability to sweep through my whole team if boosted up enough. Thankfully, Machamp won't have to worry about missing the Rock Tomb due to its ability. Unfortunately for us, it elects to use Air Lace instead, doing about 40% before dropping to a Rock Tomb. Next up is Pelipper, and I'm still pretty comfortably out of range of this thing, so I elect to 2-8 KO with a Rock Tomb after eating my Citrus Berry. Next up is Skarmory, who is very scary for this squad. I elect to pivot into Hariyama on an Air Cutter and then Fake Out into Bulk Up. From here, we hit 2 Force Palms through accuracy drops and 2-8 KO the Skarm. Last up is Altaria, who unfortunately pairs us with Dragon Breath. But somehow, by the grace of God, we break through with a Para and 2 accuracy drops and do a ton with Rock Tomb. From here, I really don't want to push my luck, so I go hard Breloom on a Roost. I make this play because I know the Altaria doesn't have a flying move. From here, I Swords Dance, then Rock Tomb, and take out the Altaria, giving me a win over the flying leader with 0 casualties. Not too shabby if I do say so myself. After Winona, our team levels up big time. We can finally evolve our starter into Blaziken and gain our ability to use our first of 3 mega options. Next up, we head to the Safari Zone and grab a beautiful pink Heracross. Anyone who doesn't like this shiny has never experienced joy and probably hates puppies. This is our second mega option and I am super excited to use it. I've always wanted to try Mega Heracross in Draft League, but in-game we'll have to do for now. Lastly, we scale Mount Pyre for Meditite and an eventual bright blue Medicham. Medi is one of my favorite Gen 3 Pokemon and shinies overall, and Mega Medicham is an absolute monster and my favorite Mega to use in competitive Pokemon. Unfortunately, I don't believe we use Mega Medicham in any major battles this run. Before the slog of story progression we're about to go through, we have to fight May one last time. I haven't shown any of the fights up to this point because she's incredibly easy, but we may as well show the last battle. She leads off with her scariest team member in Swellow. We elect to lead off with Machamp and throw off a No-Guard Rock Tomb, knocking May's Boombird out the same way we took out Winona's. Next up is her Swampert, and I elect to go hard Breloom as it can't really touch me. From here, I set up 2 Swords Dances and sweep through her entire team with Force Palms. Easy peasy. We'll skip through the Aqua Hideout as it's more tedious than actually difficult. Next up is the 7th Gym Leaders in Tate and Liza. You would think they're difficult for our Mono's fighting team, being Psychic type specialists. Unfortunately, or I guess fortunately for the run, they're an absolute cakewalk. For some reason, they didn't give them their Emerald teams with Xatu and Claydol, and just left them with Lunatone and Solrock, 2 mediocre Pokemon with the same typing. If we could beat one of them, you could probably take them both on. For this battle, I lead Mega Heracross and Hariyama. Turn 1, I fake out the Solrock with Hariyama and throw off a big pin missile into Lunatone, which is guaranteed to hit 5 times due to Mega Heracross's ability and skill link. Not that we need it though. Hera's base 1 freaking 85 attack stat means we only need 2 hits. Next turn I end up missing a pin missile on Solrock, but even a crit Psychic wouldn't have taken us out from full. And a wake up slap from Hariyama puts Solrock in range of a Night Slash the next turn, giving us an easy win for our 7th badge, despite the type matchup. World-ending cataclysmic events ensue, and we, the 10-year-old, have to go calm down a literal sea god. Before that though, we have to take on Archie. This will be the first fight where our starter Mega Blaziken can really pop off. We lead off into Archie's Mightyena and start off with a Protect to raise our speed with Speed Boost. From here, we alternate between Swords Dance and Protect as Mightyena spams Scary Face to try and slow our stat boosting down. Once we hit +6 attack, it's an easy sweep with Fire Punch and our newly acquired Earthquake. Not even Archie's Mega Sharpedo can stop us in this absolute body bag. Side note, I still can't believe we have crime bosses, evil leaders trying to take over the world, and even evil leaders trying to wipe out humanity as a whole, and Gen 3 gave us a supervillain who just likes water a lot. Typical Chad Archie. We check our Master Ball at Kyogre and are finally able to finish off our gym challenge versus Wallace. Mega Heracross time. Remember Skill Link giving us guaranteed max hits on multi-hit moves? Did you know Mega Heracross learns Bullet Seed? I think you know how this goes. I murder his lead love disc with the Bullet Seed. Next up is Wish Cash, and I set up a Swords Dance and nuke the entirety of his team with Bullet Seed. Mega Heracross is a monster. Don't worry though, we don't use him the rest of the run, so it won't be too free. Now we only have one more obstacle between us and the Elite Four. Wally and his terrifying Mega Gallade. That demon of a Pokemon can OHKO our entire team. On top of this, we can only do this fight with 5 Pokemon as I had to use Latias as an HM slave in Victory Road. We have to make sure we're set up before it comes in. I like to lead off with Mega Blaziken into his Altaria, who's a big threat in its own right. Turn 1 I Mega Evolve and click Swords Dance as Altaria Cotton Guards. This forces me into another Swords Dance and I eat a soft Aerial Ace that didn't even kill with a crit. From here, we thankfully hit a Rock Tomb and OHKO the Altaria. Next up is Magneton, who has Sturdy, which would normally be a pretty big issue. Thankfully, I retaught Blaziken Double Kick before the fight, letting us take it out in the same way we did to Watson's all that time ago. When have you ever seen Victory Road Double Kick Mega Blaziken? We're built different over here on the OG Albina YouTube channel. From here, we can OHKO his last 3 members with a Fire Punch. One more obstacle, the Elite Four. I elect to go with Blaziken as my Mega in the Elite Four, as it's very important with its speed boost ability, considering our team is ridiculously slow. I grab a few items and finalize some movesets before heading in. Can we complete this run deathless? Let's do it. First up is Sydney, who's obviously our easiest matchup of the 4 leaders, considering he uses Dark types. I let off with a Persian Berry Breloom and click Swords Dance on the Mightyena. Despite our Berry, Mightyena misses its Swagger, allowing us to get another Swords Dance off after taking a light takedown. From here, it's pretty simple. We just click Mach Punch 6 times and take out Sydney with ease. Need some more Breloom action in your life? I got you. We lead off with it against Phoebe with the exact same plan. Turn 1 I SD as Desclops throws up a Future Sight. From here, I Seed Bomb and knock it right out. She then goes into her first Banette, which we absolutely obliterate. Next up comes Dusknoir, and looking at the calcs, I had a little less than a 70% chance to knock it out from full with a +2 Seed Bomb. Considering I don't have good switch-ins to this thing, I like those odds. We throw off a Seed Bomb and get the roll. Let's go, Breloom. Our Mushroom Man then blows away her second Banette with another Seed Bomb. Last up is Sableye, and just to be safe, I pivot into Hariyama and take it out with Rocky Helmet Chip plus Heavy Slam. I'd be lying through my teeth if I said Glacia was hard. All we have to do is set up a few Swords Dance with Mega Blaziken, and we blow through her team with a few Fire Punches and Brick Breaks. I wish there was more to it, and realistically, I probably could have beaten her with any other Mon on my team. Blaziken was just the safest. We have one more Elite Four member in Drake, and his Salamence is terrifying. Much like Mega Gallade, we have to make sure we're positioned correctly so we can knock it out before it takes us down. We lead off with Mega Blaziken, and much like our Wally fight, we set up a Swords Dance as Altaria hits us with a crit Aerial Ace to pretty low. This plan isn't foolproof, as we do unfortunately have to hit a few inaccurate Rock Slides. Thankfully, we hit our first one on the Altaria and knock it right out. Next up is his first Flygon, which just drops to a +2 Brick Break. Kingdra then comes out and suffers the same exact fate. Next up is Big Ment. We need Blaziken for the champion, but I can't very well switch out. Thankfully, Rock Slide is still enough to knock it out, even after an Intimidate. All we have to do is hit. We lock our move and hit. Down goes Mence. Last up is Flygon, who still dies to a +1 Brick Break, snagging us a W and letting us take on the champion. Most of Steven's team is pretty easy being Rock and Steel types. However, he has one Pokemon that can outright end our run. Mega freaking Metagross. Not only does it have the speed to outprice everything on our team, but it can knock out the majority of our squad with one hit. Thankfully, since this is our last battle, we can play a little bit more recklessly. Alrighty, it's now or never. Showtime. I lead off with Medicham into his ridiculously annoying Skarmory. I throw off a Thunder Punch, and due to Skarmory's insane bulk, not enough to two-shot. The reason this is so annoying is because due to his full restores, this allows him to set up 3 layers of spikes before we inevitably take him down. Next up is Aggron, which we pretty easily 2-hit KO with a Brick Break. Out comes Claydol next, and instead of attacking me, it elects to go for a Light Screen. The most useless move versus my team of mono physical attackers. Because of this, I can easily 2-hit KO him with Ice Punch. What are you doing, Steven? Next up on the Medicare Massacre train is Cradilly, who gets 2-hit KO'd by another Brick Break. Armaldo is finally able to come out next and take Medi out with an X-Scissor, as we stunt and risk a high jump kick. Shout out to Medi for going ham in this final fight. From here I go right into Blaziken, and as much as I want to set up a Swords Dance, I'm scared a 5-hit Rock Blast has the potential to knock me out after the spikes chip. Instead, I choose to just knock it out with a Fire Punch. Last up is the monster Mega Metagross. After a turn of protecting, I click Fire Punch and don't knock it out. Uh-oh. Mega Meta definitely knocks me out from here, so we have to watch our starter What? It clicked Giga Impact and missed? Holy! From here, we knock it out with a subsequent Fire Punch, winning the battle and the run. I think we still could have won from there, as we could have Fake Out Shuffled with Hariyama, then eventually died and gotten Helmet Chip. This should put Meta in range of a Black Belt boosted Mach Punch from Breloom, but I'll take the safer win. While this run was pretty darn easy, it was one of my favorites due to the fact that our team had a ton of really cool Mons I love using competitive. Plus we had some killer shinies. I hope you guys enjoyed the run as well, and if you did, be sure to like and sub for more. Also, let me know what run you want to see next in the comments below. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Later.